that He has given us opportunity again and again and again, so we can clean our sin and purify our soul. And He has blessed certain times in which blessing increase hundreds and thousands of times. And alhamdulillah, the period we're going through right now, it is among that specific period that could be rewarded in thousands of times. I will just share with you some of the activity and the progress that's been going on in the BIC. As you know that Masjid is the house of Allah, and Allah chooses people to serve His house. And alhamdulillah, He has chosen all of us to come to His house and to build His house. I'm going to focus on the three areas today. Number one is the management team. You need to know who are the brother who's running or the responsible for this masjid. As you know, our structure is very simple. Everybody who come to the masjid, he is a participant of this masjid. Everybody who come to the masjid, brother and sister and children, when you come to the masjid, you are a part of this masjid. But when you fill up the form and take the responsibility, you become the member of this masjid. And once you become the member of this masjid and among yourselves, then you choose the responsible brother who runs the affair of this institution. And right now, these are the 7 brothers who have been given the responsibility to run the affair of this masjid. You may know their name. I just want to read it so you can at least remind you. Brother Abu Jalal, Brother Ilyas, Brother Arshad, Brother Arif Kidwai, Brother Muhammad Tawheed, Brother Muhammad Luqman, and Brother Tamir Mahdavi. We know all those brothers, and they are the primarily responsible. If anything goes wrong, you can make them responsible. So next slide. And then we have an advisory committee, and these are the brother in a time of critical situation, they can comes in and help us out. Among them is Brother Mirajuddin Khan, Brother Tahir Sharif, Brother Atikur Rahman, and Brother Sayyid Faisal, Brother Suhail Modak, Brother Khalid Ahmad, and Brother Ahmad Abu Zaid. You know all of them, and these are their responsibility is in the advisory committee. And then we have in the long list of the management team, there are the few names here, that's not the complete team. Brother Yashes, Brother Sanjay, Brother Firoz, Brother Hamad, Brother Faisal, and Brother Sami. All of these are the numerous. There are many more. We cannot put everybody's name. So Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair, everybody who are helping us to run this masjid. And now Alhamdulillah, over the last year, we hired also our Imam. Imam came since October of last year, and Alhamdulillah, things moving very smoothly. And we have an Imam committee, and the purpose of Imam committee before was to search the Imam, and now is to be a moderator between the Imam and the community. Any issue that you have with the Imam or any related to thing, please contact to the Imam committee that is responsible for this thing. Imam Mustapha is our Imam. Brother Miraj, Brother Ilyas, and Brother Yusuf Al-Azwan, they are the member of the Imam committee. Next. And these are the services that over the period of time, over the year we are providing. And the daily prayer, Jummah prayer, the guest speaker, we have invited so many guest speakers over the last year who gave the khutbah and the other program. And we have a needy family fund, all the zakat that has been collected from our community that has been distributed to that one. And we will inshallah show you some of the numbers that we collected and we have distributed. And over the last year, we started a monthly program, the Why Islam Open House. The idea is to bring all our non-Muslim colleagues and friends, bring them in the masjid, introduce them to our religion and share them food and share them our values. And it's inshallah working very well. And we do once a month, every third Saturday of the month. And then we have a daily iftar in the community updates. And then since the Imam came, Imam also started so many activities. Many of your children also be part of that one, like Quran classes, Hifz program, Tajweed classes, Hadith classes, Fiqh classes, and the other activity. And you may have seen our email listing. All these activity is there. And if you want to participate in this one, please contact the Imam, and inshallah you can be a part of that one. Go to the next one. And then we're gonna inshallah share with you our financial update. I will call Brother Abu Jalal, who is the president of BIC, to share with you the financial update.
Assalamu alaikum. As you see, the beginning balance in January 1st, 2017 General fund is 118,000 and zakat is 21,000. Total credit 85,000 and the zakat is 31,000. Total deposit we have 135,000 and the zakat we have minus actually because we spent alhamdulillah. There's a lot of needy families around here. Ending balance of December 31st, 2017, 67,000 and zakat we have alhamdulillah right now 9,885. And alhamdulillah, this is the money we spent last year actually for the fence 52,000. The utility bills is 13,000. Sign post 13,000. Cleaning 13,000. Religious service and events is 10,000. Supplies 8,000. Property insurance 5,000. Tarawih, which is for the Imam, is 5,000. Property improvement 4,000. Tent Ramadan for almost 3,900. Trash pickup 1,800. Security police for the community almost 1,700. And loan and trees is 1,500. City of Jacksonville storm water, which is 952. Pest control 188. Total expense 135,000. And here the budget for 2018. As you know, we need to extend the masjid for more space for the people, especially for Jum'ah and for Tarawih, which is we have the screen room extension for main area 868,000. Religious and service event 51,000. Utility 15,000. Property maintenance 15,000. Cleaning 13,000. Supply 8,500. Property insurance 7,000, which is going up. And security and service equipment 4,000. Trash pickup 2,000. Lawn and trees is 2,000. City of Jacksonville stormwater is $1,000. Pest control 400. The total expense for this year is going to be 186,000. So this is the numbers we have it right now, inshallah.
Now we're gonna invite our Dr. Arif. Before we go that one, there is a silver Camry number N500BF. Please remove this car. This car is blocking. If you can, let me move this one so the brother can move. So I will invite Dr. Arif Kulwai, who is the secretary of the board. He will inshallah do some update about the construction project, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. So as always, we're always trying to increase our membership. And again, just to be specific, everybody who comes to masjid is part of the masjid. The reason for being actually a member, a paying member, if you can't afford it, well, you can get membership without having to pay for it. Or if you contribute to the masjid regularly, you'll also be given an honorary membership. Is the ability to vote and the ability to run for the board. It's an opportunity to be part of the leadership. It's also an opportunity to choose who the leadership is. And that's the main reason for being a voting member. There's two ways to do it. We've always historically had this piece of paper that you can fill out and turn that in, and we still run that today. We've also started another link, and we've had about 15 people already go through it. You may have seen some announcements that come on the weekly email. If you just go to that website, it actually has a form, and it's hopefully reasonably smart. So if you go through and just put your name, your address, your email address, your telephone number, and if you're a single person and you click single membership, that's the end of the form, and that's it. If you have a spouse, it prompts you to a next page, you go through all those things, and if you have children you want to list there, it goes through that. So it's hopefully a quicker and easier way, and it goes right into our system. And this information that we're gathering is just for the board information. That's for us to be able to, we want to be able in the future to send out surveys to the members to ask people what they want to do, if they have feedback as far as specific activities, specific changes that we're doing to the expansion, stuff like that. But this is not some kind of directory that we're publishing to anybody. We're not sharing it with anybody. We're not selling it to anybody. This is private information for the board, just for the use of the board activities and to contact people here. So even if you choose not to be a paying member, which has the voting rights to it, please still fill out this link just to give us your information so that we have an active list of people that we can contact so that people can contribute in a timely fashion. Right. And again, this is just a kind of a screenshot. It just shows the first of the several pages. It just goes through, you just put in your name. You can do this on your phone actually very easily. And again, if you go to this website, you should also see this in the weekly emails. There should be a link that has a Google address. And again, this all goes to the same web form. Any questions about the membership, either voting or non-voting, voting or anything like that? Okay. So the big thing that we're working on now, just kind of give you a plan or a background. Does anybody remember this building before we purchased it? This is the for sale sign when, years ago before we even purchased it, and you can see the bushes and the empty parking lot. It was kind of a desolate area for several years. And then this is a little close-up shot, and you can see the same building, but we've changed it and had a fairly rundown look and had some different parts that were taken down and reconstructed just to make it more of a masjid. And during that time, we've now put up a sign, to advertise to the local community that we're here, kind of bring awareness to Islam. Also, it has a contact information for people who have questions about Islam for dawah. The next one. And then since then, we've also taken off that little grass area, taken out all the shrubs, and we put in the pavers, and we put in a little white kind of fence, to have some level of privacy. Next one. And then we put in the security fence. Alhamdulillah, I think that's been a huge improvement. That was our big project last year. And we felt that there were just so many people going from the hotel to the Denny's and just walking around that if we could just cut down on the foot traffic, that it would add a level of security. And everybody knows that, unfortunately, there's been problems, much as both in this town and outside of Jacksonville. And we even had some small incidents with people coming onto the property, talking to children, people who were throwing, anti-Islamic information against the building. Then we were finding little leaflets, pamphlets, and stuff like that. And then, even on Jummah Day, you have some people walking, by on the property that we're not here for Islamic reasons, and unfortunately it was a distraction. And just by having the security fence, alhamdulillah, since we put that up, there's been very, very, very few people who've been on this property other than people who have an intent to be here for good reasons. So alhamdulillah, this has been a huge change in the security. I think everybody feels safer. Hopefully it's been easier for everybody. The next project we want to do is really expand. And as you can see, just sitting here right now, it is crowded. It's crowded here every Jummah, alhamdulillah. And Tarawih has been crowded, alhamdulillah. But we have an opportunity to change that with hopefully just a little bit of extra cost relative to the what we've already invested in this community. What we want to do is take that outside space that we do with the iftars right now, all the way from the main white fence, all the way past the building to the very corner. And if you can imagine, it's actually going to double the entire men's space. So from this wall all the way past the last wall, past the door, an extra 20 feet. That's going to be a doubled space, all covered with a 6-inch aluminum composite panel. So it'll be weatherproof, heavy rain, except for maybe lightning. And it'll be all the way to the current white fence, and then we'll have a screened-in area. We're going to keep that white security kind of fence up just to give us some more privacy. But we'll have an area that will be both with lights. We'll be able to install ceiling fans. It'll be cool during the summertime. And so all this overflow, all this challenge that we have squeezing people in, inshallah, will be alleviated by having the people able to go outside. So if you're running a little bit late and you come in Jummah, you can come straight into there and have an easy access. And for iftars and for Tarawih, we'll have some overflow space. So that's what we're asking for people to do. And again, currently we can get at about 140 people right now. We're hoping to more than double that. So again, the big thing is to get the screened-in space. Just to give you an idea, this is the building from a satellite photo. You can see the area that's paved in. The men's side is on the right. Okay, next one. The area in red is where the screened-in is going to be. So it's going to be that entire space. And again, that's going to be more than doubling the entire men's area. And then some, all right? And this is just this is actually from the builders. We actually interviewed several people. We got bids from several of the contractors. We went based on reputation, people who've built screened-in enclosures in Jacksonville who have a good reputation, who have a good product, And with that, they put the engineering plans. They're actually right now going through the city permitting process. What should have taken about 7 to 10 days, unfortunately, it's taken about 60 days. And as you can imagine, because this is commercial property, there's a lot of extra work that they're doing to get this approved. They're actually still in the process of giving approval, but we're about ready to start building, inshallah, in about a month. So if we can gather the money, this is our goal. And inshallah, we'll have this up by the end of the summer and already be able to use this space. The last thing, just for the price, is about $75,000 just for the men's section. It's going to be about another $35,000 for the women's section, which will be phase 2. The only thing we're trying to do right now is phase 1 to get the men's area done. This again is just an engineering drawings, just to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to be like. But again, we'll inshallah have ceiling fans and the lights. Right. And this is just a picture of what we have this month, and you can imagine what that space will be like once it's covered. It's not going to have this A-frame tent, but it's going to be a slanted roof directly from the roof line, so that area even next to the building will not have any of the rain leakage that we currently have with the tent today. All right. One more. And again, we're just asking people to do donations. This is the auto pledge form, or the auto deduction, so you can have a monthly donation. We also have the ability to do a one-time donation. This is this is my personally, as I was kind of trying to get some photos, I went to Google, I found that we actually have a 4.9 rating right now. I think we can do a little bit better. We're getting close, but you can see there, we actually have 37 reviews. Alhamdulillah, the reviews have been very good. But if we have the screened in port, inshallah, we'll be able to get maybe a little bit higher, all right? So this is just our star ratings, all right? And then I'm going to pass this on now. But Jazakallah khairan for all your work, and inshallah we'll be able to collect enough money to go ahead and finish that. And we do also, when we're doing the donations tonight, you can either go to the website, and I apologize, I thought there was a slide there. If you go to the bicjacks.org or bicjacks.com, there's a place to do an online donation one time, or you can do a recurring debit. Today we also have the card readers, so if you have your regular chip, it actually looks like it's also the Apple Pay. I'm going to take a chance out there, maybe not. But either way, we have the credit card readers tonight. So if you have your credit card, you don't have your checkbook, we understand. If you want to make that one-time donation, if you want to see, either Sanjay in the back, he's holding it up right now. Brother Asif has one, and Ilyas also has one here. So any of these three people can take your donation tonight, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Arif. I will invite Sheikh Abdul Rahman. Sheikh Abdul Rahman is a graduate from the Medina University. It's one of the best and well-reputed university among the Muslim world. He graduated and he joined the Chicago community as an Imam. He was the Imam over there for several years. Those who has any connection in Chicago, they might already know him. Then his son is also did the graduation from the Medina University, who's the Imam right now at the Charlotte. So he's staying with his son, or with the Charlotte community right now. And he's been the chair of the ICNA Fiqh Council. He's also the member of the National Fiqh Council. So I will invite Imam Sheikh Abdul Rahman to help us to achieve our goal, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now comes the easy part, right? Once Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu ta'ala an was sitting with some companions. Just like how we sit here, we have wishes, and I'm sure each one of us, if I ask you what our wish will be here tonight, looking at this project, any answer that we have? Anybody, quick answer? What would be our wish tonight?
With the Jannah. Jannah and Allah, afu wal maghfirah min Allah.
That's a little after. What do we want right now? We want the money. We want $100,000, right? So Umar ibn Khattab and the companions were sitting, and they went one after the other and asked, what do you want? What's your desire? And one of them said, I wish we had this room full of money, dirham and dinar, so we can spend in the way of Allah. Another one said, I wish we had dhahab, we had gold, we can spend in the way of Allah. And it was time for Umar to say his wish. And he said, I wish I had men like Abu Ubaidah ibn Jarrah. I had men like Mu'adh ibn Jabal. I had men like Hudayfa ibn Yaman, that I can use them fi sabilillah. It's greater than money. You sitting here, I'm sure, I'm positive there is 1, 2, 3 of you can need this amount. It's not just about the money. I don't have to convince you, neither any of these brothers here who stood up have to convince you to spend in the way of Allah. You need to convince yourself what is important for you. And as our brother mentioned, Jannah, yes. That is the ultimate goal. Because when we leave this world, my dear brothers and sisters, nothing is going to go with us. We are here tonight in one of the illustrious nights among the last 10 nights of Ramadan, among those 10 nights of which Laylatul Qadr could be very well this night. In fact, there are hadith of 21st night, 23rd night, and 27th night. And I hope and pray, and we all hope and pray, that tonight is that night. And whatever you do tonight will be multiplied many times more, from your ibadat of salat and dhikr, qira'atul Qur'an, tahajjud, qiyamul layl, tarawih, and certainly your donation and your sadaqah, your zakat fi sabilillah. And so, we don't want to prolong, but I just want to leave a thought with all of you. Very often when somebody asks us, brother, please come and donate your time to the masjid. Oh, I'm so busy. But that same brother, if doctors tell him, you have an illness that you barely have 2-3 weeks more to go, all of a sudden he will have the world of time to do things that he has not done before. In fact, the Quran mentions that when death comes upon people, حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت. When death comes upon us, the only thing that we wish for, not to come back and spend an extra day with wife and family and children and mother and father and brother and friends, so that I can do the amal salih, the good deeds which I have not done before. And among that amal salih, sadaqah is one of them, that people wish they will come out of their graves and just spend that last moment fi sabilillah. We might be sitting here, tonight is the night when Allah gives the angels the qadr of each one of us for the next year. Our life is already given to the angels, whether we will live to the next Ramadan or we will be written among the dead of Ramadan before the next Laylatul Qadr comes. And our money that we have is already written for who will inherit after we leave this world. And so, ibadallah, the choice is for us. And we have to make that choice. Not our families and friends, what Allah has blessed us with. And before you donate tonight, I want to leave one more thought with you. In 1944, there was a man who came from Eastern Europe. At that time, Eastern Europe was very poor. Not like today, Eastern Europe. In those days, Eastern Europe was poor, poor, poor. So they came to the United States. And in 1944, he got a Nobel Prize for chemistry. And what he said when he was receiving that prize, he said, if I had remained in my country, I had no other thing to become but a tailor, like the rest of the members around me. But I came to the United States of America. I went to the institutions, and today I am receiving this Nobel Prize for physics. It's a deep thought, because one of the inventions he had led to the MRI discovery and the microwave and the whole lot. Those who know physics will know that better than I do. What I'm saying to you, think back. If we were not here and we were left behind like the rest of our friends and relatives behind in our home country, we might not have been able to do what Allah has blessed us to do here tonight. And therefore, there is no ingratitude when tonight we will bow down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with tears in our eyes, and we want Allah to give us good for the next year. We want Allah to forgive us and to pardon us for our sins. And it comes with money. Because Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min adhabin alim, tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi, wa tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum. You have a trade with Allah, Trade with your money, trade with yourself, and you will get the blessings of Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah bless us all, and may Allah help us. It's now 9 minutes to 11. I am told to stop at 11 o'clock. This will be the fastest 100,000 we are going to raise, inshallah.
Sure.
So let us begin. Who is going to start off by $20,000? We start with $20,000. A brother or a sister who Allah has gifted and would like to serve. And yes, you can raise your hand. It is permissible. In tubdu sadaqat, فَنِعِمَّهِ. If you openly give your sadaqah, it is quite okay. It is well received. So who, inshallah, will be that first brother or sister, inshallah, that will give 20,000 fi sabilillah? Let's go quickly. Brother or sister, inshallah. Do we have a brother? Do we have a brother who will, inshallah, raise their hand for $20,000 to give tonight? A night when this night can very well be the night of Laylatul Qadr. Do we have a brother? Do we have someone who can give $20,000 to finish this project? And what a project! That even you go into your grave, my dear brothers and sisters, you will be receiving every thawab every time a brother or sister prostrate in these places. I was told that this was a pub before. Am I right?
Yes.
This was a pub. Imagine people coming here and drinking and enjoying themselves in everything that is haram. And Allah has made it possible that you and I can come here tonight and say Allahu Akbar. So do we have a brother or a sister, inshallah, that will give 20,000 fi sabilillah? Going once? Going twice? And do we not have a hand? Alright. So it seems as if we don't have a hand for 20,000. So we chop it in half. You see, tonight we want a lot from Allah, but we have to go down. We are going down. We are going very low down, right? So inshallah, $10,000. Do we have a brother or a sister who will give, inshallah, $10,000 in the way of Allah to finish this project, so that we can start this project and end this project tonight, inshallah. I mean, get the money to start that project and to raise this $100,000. So let us see the first hand. It only takes one hand to go up and everybody will follow. Who is that brother, inshallah, that will raise his hand for $10,000? Brothers and sisters, do we have someone who will raise their hand for $10,000? You see the traffic in the hallway when it is time for prayer. Brothers have to squeeze between two tight walls to make their salah because the masjid is full. Imagine next year you come here and everybody will be at ease, praying their salah at ease, inshallah. Do we have a first hand for $10,000? Let us begin, inshallah. We need at least one person to give 10,000 fi sabilillah. Do we have that brother? Do we have that sister? And I'm sure that the sister area, there's someone monitoring that they can give that money. Let us not be any way bakhil tonight. If it is one thing, as you know, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kana Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam ajwadu nas. He used to be the most generous of people. And when in the month of Ramadan, he used to be even more generous. And when Angel Jibreel alayhi salatu wassalam used to come, especially in these last 10 nights, and go over the Quran with him, let alone tonight is your Khatmul Quran, he will be so generous, karih al-mursala, so like the gushing of a wind that brings good. And we know that the Prophet ﷺ, towards the end of his time, lots of ghadima, booty, money came into the Baytul Mal, and he would give and give and give. Karih al-mursala. This is how we should think about our wealth, in giving in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah does not cause our wealth to decrease. وَمَا أَنفَقْتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَهُوَ يُخْلِفُ. He will replace your wealth. And brothers and sisters, you have people who have testified that I give so much and Allah double and triple my wealth by the next year. Who will give us the first $10,000? Let us begin at least with one $10,000, inshallah. The first $10,000. Do we have someone with 10,000? Any brother? No? All right, let's go lower than that. Let's go lower than that. Let's go $5,000. So we have the first 5,000. Tabir. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless your family. And if tonight is that night of power, may Allah give you the barakah of all what you have spent tonight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do we have a second 5,000? Huh? Five? So another is 5,000. MashaAllah. We have a third brother. Tabir. A third 5,000. We need another brother. Fourth. Do we have a fourth one? Fourth person for $5,000. It works out to be maybe $800 a month. So who is that fourth brother, inshallah, or sister that we can have for $5,000? Do we have a fourth one for $5,000? Because if we have a fourth one? Do we have a fourth one there? Anybody? No? In that last room, do we have anybody who is for $5,000? Nope. All right. We need some of this momentum to go, because you know the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Man bana lillahi masjidan yabtaghi bihi wajh Allah, bana Allahu lahu baytan or mithlahu fil jannah. Whoever builds a house for Allah, Allah builds one like it in Jannah. And even if it is a small amount of building the house of Allah, he gets that house in Jannah. So do we have a fourth brother for $5,000? Okay, let's go down to $2,000. Do we have a few brothers for $2,000? Inshallah, do we have a few hands for $2,000? Do we have some brothers who can give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Just think back what Allah has blessed you with, what Allah has blessed this community with, what Allah has blessed your family with. You are able to come here tonight and be in a company of all these Muslim brothers and sisters who can pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only a few days ago, my dear brothers and sisters, only Friday, a number of masajid in Austria has been closed down. Just like that. They wake up in the morning, government, right-wing government announced they're going to ban 7 masjid. And they're going to expel about 40 imams. We have to allow our masajid, and this is our community. You heard some of the things that people want to do. We have to make sure that our masajid, these walls are not for us. These walls for us to come and pray and to invite others, to let them know what Islam is in an environment that is so toxic against Islam and Muslims. And if we sit here and we're not going to give, guess what's going to happen? The community in Jacksonville will not know that there is something going on here. They don't know who we are. And la samahallah, may Allah forbid, if something were to happen, there is no one to come and stand and say, you know what, this is not going to happen. Do we have a first brother for $2,000? We have 2 brothers, mashallah. We have another one? We have another brother for $2,000, mashallah. Do we have that's 3 brothers for 2,000? Or 3 persons, I don't know if there's a brother over there. Yes. Do we have a fourth one? Do we have a fourth? We have a fourth one, mashallah. Tadbir. For all these brothers who have given their money, if tonight is that night of Qadr, may Allah bless you, bless your family, protect you, and give you much more in this dunya and the akhirah. Wallahi, if somebody was to make that dua for me, I would be very, very happy. So who is going to be that fifth person? Let's close off with 5. Let's close off with one more 2,000, and then we will go down. Yes, mashallah. Tadbir. The brother at the back there, he has given 2,000. And 2 more, we have 2 more inside. So that 7 person have given $2,000. Mashallah. So we are getting there. We're getting close. Now I come to a number that it's really easy, that majority of us should be able to do a $1,000. And $1,000 means it is less than $80 a month. Can you imagine you're making a space, $80 a month, that when you pray here, you will benefit, and when you leave here, you will benefit. When you leave this world, you will benefit. For $80 a month. So we want a number of hands going up for $1,000 a month. First brother over there, mashallah, mashallah, that brother is from the other masjid and he's coming to donate here. Second, number two, number three, mashallah, number three, number four, number five, number six, number seven. Do we have a number seven? Number seven, mashallah. Behind you there, number seven. Number eight. Do we have, mashallah, Takbir? Number eight. Number nine. Number nine. Do we have number nine? We need a few dozen of 1,000. Number nine. You see, I come from Chicago. I'm living in Charlotte now, but in Chicago, a night like tonight, on the 27th night, in a crowd slightly bigger than this. On the 27th night of Ramadan, after giving whatever they give in the beginning of the month, every night there's something going on. On that 27th night, we raised $387,000. So we need, and these are people who are working people, the majority of them. So if you have a lot of people give $1,000, mashallah, we're gonna get very close to that. We need a few more. We are number 9, number 10. Do we have number 10? Mashallah. Takbir. Our brother here in front is number 10. Number 11. Number 11. Do we have number 11? Number 11. Do we have any number 11? Anyone at the back there? Number 11. We need a few more of this momentum going. Don't delay. Don't delay yourself. You know your ability. You know Allah knows what you have. So let us not be cheap with Allah. The price of Jannah comes with the price. And the price of Jannah is expensive. Yes, mashallah, number 11. Number 11. Number 12. Number 12, do we have a number 12? Yes. Do we have number 12? Do we have a number 12? Any sisters? The sisters, you have the checkbook. Whether you like it or not, you'd have a lot of ability with that checkbook. And so use your power tonight. If tonight is a night of power, then you have a little power that you can write some check and send it through. I'm sure your husband will love you more because you spend it on the right thing. You spend it on the right thing. It's not glittering as normal stuff, but it's going to glitter more on the day of judgment, inshallah. Number 12 or number 13? Okay. So let us go down to $500. And $500 is less than a pizza. I don't know how pizza goes here. Huh? A good pizza. I'm not talking buy one, get one free, and they just throw the cheese and roti and give you and call it pizza. Huh? In Chicago, when you get deep dish, one good deep dish is about $35 with the toppings and the extra change you have to give people. $35. It's like what you will give if you. So imagine 35 multiplied by 12. It's about what? $500. So one pizza a month. Just think you're in Chicago deep dish. One pizza a month.
Brother,
So
I'm from Chicago, I give 500.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, mashallah, mashallah. Second brother, you don't have to be from Chicago, you just have to be mashallah, young brother here. May Allah bless you.
Yes.
Third brother.
Chef, do you want to give pizza every month or money?
Huh?
Are we going to give pizza or money?
If you get, trust me, if you get Chicago pizza every month and you auction it, you will get more than $500. Yeah. Yes, and you did in Jannah, inshallah. We need a few brothers. Number 3, number 4. Who is number 3 and number 4 for $500? $500. Bismillah, mashallah, brother there. May Allah bless you. We have one of the number 3 and 4. Number 5 and number 6. Number 5 and number 6. We need 2 more brothers who will give $500 fi sabilillah? Number 5 and number 6. Do we have number 5 and number 6 for $500? And if you, as I said, you spread it out for the year, it is just about $40 a month. And if you give this, I ask Allah to protect you from any police speeding after you or police coming after you. Because one ticket and the headache is more than $500. So let's get some hands going up for $500. Inshallah, Bismillah, let's go. Our younger generation, the millennials, I think you can do $500. Some of the boxing that you buy and play is about that price. So let's get a few hands going up for $500, inshallah. $500, mashallah, takbir. Our brother here, mashallah, another brother here. Another $500, Allahu Akbar. Somehow I recognize that brother gave at the other masjid too. So you have a lot of other masjid people are coming here to help you. And you should show them that you appreciate that. You put your hand up. Number 7 and number 8. Number 7 and number 8 for $500. Number 7 and number 8 for $500. Do we have number 7 and number 8 for 500? Inshallah. If you don't want to put up your hand and you want to write the check, all well and good. Yes. Yes. Even if you do not want to put your hand up, but you want to write a check, and there are many people who write secret check for big amount and they send it up. There have people who write big amount, and I'm one of those other days in Chicago. Let me just talk about Chicago, because that's where I spent 18 years. We had short of $19,000, of reaching the goal, and you're begging people who can give 100, who can give 50. And then when I about to start up, somebody touched me on my shoulder with a check for $19,000. I climbed up on the member and they say, hold up, Imam, don't say the Allahu Akbar yet. We have another Allahu Akbar before that. One brother donated the $19,000 to finish off that figure that we were going for. And everybody, when they said that Allahu Akbar, you can feel the joy and the pleasure that we have achieved what we have set about to achieve. And so I want us to achieve that tonight. Don't be bakhil. Don't be miserly tonight, because tonight we beg Allah for His karam, His generosity. Dear brothers and sisters, we want Allah to bless us here tonight. So please, any other $500? And finally, I'm going to go with $200. $200 is less than like $15. MashaAllah, our first brother here with $200. Second brother for $200. Let us see all those who can give $200 fi sabilillah. $200.
Just give me a minute.
Yes.
Brother, as you know, if you donate 5,500 and you cannot afford it to pay it one time, you can pay it a month, like beyond the whole year, or five months, or two payments. So whatever you can help us, Jazakumullah khair. This is the tajari, go to your account. This is the only community we can go. Alhamdulillah, we don't go outside like another community.
Ask for help. Yeah.
We just ask our community, our brothers here, is the one who break fast with us and join us the time, inshallah.
Yes, and what I'm going to ask now, you look into your pocket, and whatever you have, whether you pledge or you did not pledge, but look into your pocket and let the brothers come around with their boxes. All the brothers who have, you have your box, walk around and give tonight as if tomorrow may not come. And whatever you can give for the pleasure of Allah, because in a few minutes, we are going to be bowing down and begging Allah for His rahmah, for His mercy, for His maghfirah, for His afu, for Him to pardon us. Please go around, take out your wallet. Don't be afraid to take out your wallet. Even if it is empty, make an effort to take out your wallet. And the brothers have the swipe card that they can swipe in case you tell them that you want to swipe an amount. They will do that. Don't be holding back tonight. Because when Ramadan finishes in another few days, I would say in another few hours from now, then you will look back and say, I wish I had done so, and I wish I had done so. When you spend in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your wealth increases. لا خوف عليكم ولا أنتم تحزنون. You will not have fear, you will not have sadness and depression. This is how it is. Ibad Allah, people spend on the other side of when we are talking for $100,000, people are spending $100 million to fight us. So this $100,000 that we are calling here is not even their dinner meal. When they get together, they spend $50 million, $80 million, $85 million. Look at their statistics and see how much money they spend to fight Islam and fight Muslims. This is our opportunity, and let us not turn away here tonight without spending something in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let us not, when things happen, we can say, Ya Allah, we tried our best. Other than that, if our hands are empty and we are going to Allah, Allah knows we can do better than that. How do you think we should feel when we stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So please do not hold back. Take out your wallet and whatever you think you want to put. I'm not saying putting all, but put whatever you feel you can be satisfied with leaving here tonight, that I have done my part in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Spend in the way of Allah. This is the night that the Prophet ﷺ would spend and give as if there is no tomorrow. Karih al-Mursala means like as if, what we might say, he spent like crazy. But the Prophet ﷺ is way beyond that sifat. So we would say, spend as if there is no tomorrow. Give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And try to emulate the best of the practices tonight. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Bless all the brothers and sisters. And we have not gotten the sisters yet, but I hope and pray the sisters will make their collection and they will give it. Brothers at the back of the room there, if you can make your collection, and I pass you over. I think Imam also wants to say a few words.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated in the hadith that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam one day asked a question to the companions. And he said that if there is anyone among you companions fasting today, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq responded and he said, I am, O Prophet of Allah. He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if there is anyone among you follow janazah today, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said, I am Prophet of Allah. If there is anyone among you feed a poor person today, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said, I am, O Prophet of Allah. Rasulullah said, if there is anyone among you, if there is anyone among you visited a sick person, ill person today, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said, I am Prophet of Allah. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما اجتمعنا في امرئ إلا دخل الجنة. If you do those all four, you will enter the heaven. So number one, in the same day, number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, among them, fasting today and feeding a needy person today. So can I ask my brothers and sisters a favor? That alhamdulillah, we are going to fast the month of Ramadan 30 days. Can I ask everyone in the masjid to donate $1 for each single day during the month of Ramadan, which is $30 for each person. By the intention is asking Allah, oh Allah, accept my fast. For every single day, $1, which is total $30 only. From every person, brothers and sisters in the masjid tonight. It's not much, but the intention is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking Allah, oh Allah, accept our fast. Nabi Muhammad mentioned in the hadith that whoever fasts the month of Ramadan, Allah will erase his past sins, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you fast, you pray, you do good, and you donate $1 for each single day. Inshallah, I'm going to start with myself and my family, inshallah. There is anyone who wants to join me?
Yes.
$30, please raise your hand, please. Please raise your hand. Bismillah. $30 inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullah khair for donations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, and may Allah protect you and your families. Allahumma ameen. Subhanallah.
We have here a picture of the brother he donated to the masjid, and he wanna sell it like as an option, so he can donate to the masjid for our project, inshallah. Also, I received a message from brother. He donated $5,000, and I would like to remind myself, because I love you. I would like to remind you for something before we leave, or before we start in salah. As you know, brother, the Prophet ﷺ, the hadith said, after you die, everything is gonna stop, come to your account, except sadaqah jariyah. And imagine when you are in the dark grave and the lights come to you, because the sadaqah jariyah, when everybody he come to the masjid and pray, join the Muslimin for prayer, and you're gonna share the reward with him. So think about it and donate to the masjid. May Allah bless you. May Allah accept from all of us the good deed, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.
$100 minimum.
Assalamu alaikum. My brother, through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and fadlillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and through me personally, I'm not with the board. I'm not a member in the board here in the masjid. But through me, because I'm from Syria and I know a lot of Syrian families, this masjid helps a lot of Syrians. And I'm giving you, this is my witness. I'm testifying in front of you and in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This masjid helps a lot of Syrian families. So when you give this money, inshallah, go into the right place. Give and know and you confident this is going to the right hands. Jazakumullah khair.
Anybody who interested to buy the picture? Donate to the masjid, inshallah. Just keep it in your mind, inshallah. We have the picture here, inshallah. May Allah bless all of us, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.
He's one of them.